my channel. My name is Jessica. If you think I'm talking a little weird, it's because my mouth is pierced shut. But here's a look I came up with for Halloween. It's actually very simple. The good thing about this is you can do a much more laid back eye look or a little bit more dramatic like I did. But if you want to learn how to recreate this look, then please keep on watching. So first, I'm going to start off with Air Patrol from Benefit. You want to get the primer way up there since we're going to do heavy eyeshadow. So make sure you get all the way up to the brow bone. So since this is a more dramatic look, I'm going to use a red for the crease color. And I'm going to be using Matte Kumar from Meet Matrimony by the Balm Cosmetics. So I'm going to use a blending brush for my crease. I'm going to put this color a little bit above my crease. Flick it out just a little bit. So from here, you want to use another kind of transitional color that you would normally use on your crease. I'm going to use, from the same palette, Matte Lopez. It's like a warm brown, but I'm going to go right above that red. By the way, these are both from MAC. It is brush 217. Both same brush. Just don't want to mix the two colors together. Alright, so from here, I'm going to use a color from Ardency In. So I'm going to go ahead and put that all over my lid. I really, really like this color. It's, I think it's called Peacock actually, and that's exactly what you get from this color. It's a very peacocky color. And if you ever use this product, you never want to put your concealer or foundation on. It has a lot of fallout. Just going to pack this on the lid. This is a brush from Sephora, 14, medium shadow brush. For the outer corner, I'm going to be using Carbon from MAC. We're going to get a packing brush, and I'm going to use mine from MAC, 230 I believe. So we're just going to pack this on the outer corner. What I'm doing right now is I'm getting it right here on the corner and kind of lining the outer edge right here. And then you want to bring it up. So again, lining that outer edge. I'm going to get the same blending brush that I used the red, the Matte Kumar. And I'm just going to very lightly tap it in the black and Carbon, or whichever black shadow you have. We're going to blend that black with the red, just a tiny bit. You want to blend up and towards your inner corner. Until I finish my eyebrows, then I will get to that eyebrow color, all the brow bone, but I'm going to do my eyebrows off camera. Alright, so I just did my eyebrows off camera. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put shadow underneath my brow bone. And I'm going to be using this white beigey color from the Carli Bybel palette from BH Cosmetics. So I'm going to put that right underneath. Let me get to my mirror. And really, you can use any kind of shader brush. This is MAC 213. The good thing about this look is you can do anything because all the focus is going to be here. So you can do a more natural look or a more dramatic look. You can honestly play your cards however you want with this look. If you want to be extra, you can do this. I'm going to get another blending brush. That's also from MAC. This is a 224. It's just a fluffy one. I don't know if you can see. No product on this. So I'm just going to blend the brow bone color right here just to make sure everything is cohesive. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put some falsies on. I'm going to be using these. I don't know if you can see. They are from Coco Lashes and they are Goddess. These are really pretty lashes. I really like them. Now what I'm going to do is wipe off all that fallout. Alright, now it's time for the face. First, I'm going to start off with I'll use my professional one. Now that we're all smoothed out, I'm going to put on some of my Bye under eye. So for today's foundation, I'm going to be using, I haven't used this one in so long, it's Smashbox. I am color number 2.3. Hopefully, I just got it today. The last time I used this was last summer when I was super tan, and I was 3.1. Way tanner. So I'm going to go in with my Sigma brush, flat kabuki in F80, and I'm just going to dot this all over my face. I still like patting over just a little bit, just in case there are any streaks. One of my favorite concealers is from Lancome, and the color is, I think, Light Buff. Yes, Light Buff in numero 160. This is honestly one of my favorite concealers because it's really, really blendable, and it's not super thick, but it, at least for me, it has a lot of coverage. So before I set my under eye, I'm going to go in and do just a slight contour. I'm going to use this Morphe brush, E7, and I'm just going to, blend up. What I'm going to do next is set my under eye. I just like using normal cosmetic sponges and just get right underneath here. Okay, while this is baking, I'm going to contour my nose a little bit. That was about enough time to bake. I'm going to use Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in color Mellow Wine. It's number 328B Mellow Wine. These Wet n Wild blushes are so pigmented. I bought like all of them in Color Icon. They're so good. This is just MAC Give Me Sun. MAC 134. And I'm just gonna go around my face. I'm gonna do a big C from my contour to my temple, maybe a little bit right here. Next, we are gonna finish my eyes. I'm gonna tight line my eyes, and I'm gonna use Scandal Eyes from Rimmel London, and it's in color black, 001. Just gonna tight line. I'm going to use a black shadow, black. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use this one from MAC. Alright, so for this next part, which is the hardest, what you're going to need is liquid latex, sage blood, and I also got fresh scab blood. These are all from Ben Nye. And then a black string or any string of choice. And then these little rings, which I got the string and the rings at Michael's. And you're going to need any kind of cotton swab. So first thing we're going to do is map out where you want your piercings. And before as well we get to the latex and all of that, you can put your lip color before all of this, right before you put your string, but I want to do it right now. To line my lips, I'm going to put LA Girl lip liner. It's in color Cabaret. I'm going to be using my NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream to fill in my lips. Oh, and by the way, this is in color Transylvania. So before that dries, I want to add a little bit of that black eyeshadow and I'm going to put it right in the center of my lips. So once we have that, you want to get a little bit of cotton ready. You just want to stretch it out just like this. Open it up a bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the ring. You want to wrap it around. You don't want your piece of cotton to be too thick. I'm even going to take a little bit off right here at the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of the latex on that dot I made. I'm going to stick it on there. And then I'm going to get a little bit more liquid latex and paint over that so it sticks. I'm actually going to use a different brush. I got this brush at Michael's. You want to put liquid latex on both sides just so it sticks, and I'm even going to put some right underneath that cotton. So I'm going to repeat the process with the rest of the dots I made. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go back in with my foundation. And when you do this step, you want to use a beauty blender or a brush that you don't really care about, because if your latex isn't dried all the way through, it might get on your brushes and then your brush is ruined. So I'm going to put a little bit of the same foundation, Smashbox Studio Skin. What I'm going to use then, it's a really old brush that I have from like a Naked palette that I never use. I'm just going to stick it right in my foundation and go over. It's okay if you don't get in every single crevice and you see a tiny bit of white, because you're going to put blood on that. But you just want to make sure to cover as much as you can with your foundation. Depending on how infected you want your wounds or piercings to look, you can play with the colors that you want. So what I'm going to do first is I am going to go in with a little bit of green. This is a really old mini palette I have from NYX. Any green would work. So I'm just going to go in with the dark green. You don't want too much, just enough to make it look infected and wounded. You want to focus on putting the green not completely center on the wound. You want to go around that cotton so it's still visible once you put the other shadows on. Alright, so next I'm going to go in with the same shadow I use on my crease. I'm going to use Matte Kumar. That's not really working for me. I'm actually going to try the purple. On the same palette, Matte Moskowitz, or any purple you have can work for this. And you want to go a little bit over that green, but more center to the piercing. Okay, now for this next part, I'm going to use black, but I'm going to get a little bit more defined brush so I can really get in the crevices of the cotton. I'm going to use the same brush I used for my under eye and go right in the black. You're going to put this directly in the center. So from here, we are going to add the blood. For the blood, I'm going to go in with the Fresh Scab. It's a thicker blood, so that's going to really hold in place. I'm going to use this brush right here. I got it at Michael's. It was part of a pack and it came with these spongy ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that Fresh Scab blood and put it directly on the black that I put on over the piercing. It's looking good. So we're done with the Fresh Scab blood. Before I put all the drippy blood on, you want to make sure you put that black string on. I'm going to stick it in the first ring. You don't want to tug too hard so it doesn't pull off the latex. And then I'm going to tie it. Alright guys, so I went off camera, I put a different shirt on, and I put this choker on. And I also did my hair. It's hard for me to talk because the piercings make them a little constricted. So what I'm going to do next, before I put on the runny blood, I decided that I wanted highlighter, so I'm going to put highlighter on. Today I'm going to use a Mary Luminizer by the Balm Cosmetics. Alright, so from here it might get a little bit messy, so have a wipe on hand. I'm going to get that stage blood. You want to get a good amount because you want it drippy. Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed my video just as much as I enjoyed making it. If you want to see more of my content, then go ahead and subscribe. Please give this video a big thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you next time.